we'll get going. Welcome everybody to this morning's 1 Million by 1 Million Strategy Roundtable for Entrepreneurs. For those of you who are joining for the first time, welcome to 1 Million by 1 Million. Our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million in annual revenue and beyond. We actually have entrepreneurs with serious revenues at this point and trying to scale heights, and we are delighted to support them, and we are also delighted to support those of you who are just about to launch or in the process of thinking through your ideas and working on getting yourselves organized to become an entrepreneur, take the full step forward. As far as the format of the roundtable, normally we have up to 5 presenters who talk about their businesses and I give them feedback, and we do a back and forth interactive discussion for about 10 minutes. We're going to do one of those today, but there is some material that I'm going to give you that I'd like you to digest, because this is important material, particularly because this is essentially the 1 million by 1 million Twitter strategy. And those of you who follow us on Twitter, the Twitter channel that we actively use is my handle @Sramana, and we also have @1M by 1M. If you follow those accounts, you are probably familiar with how much content, how much microblogging content we are pushing through that channel, and we've developed quite a following around the world. We do have followers from everywhere in the world, and I was just talking to Sharon earlier about how we are, how far we have been able to reach. A lot of it is because of social media, whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter. So we want to share with you some of the strategies we are using in promoting the 1 million by 1 million initiative, and hopefully you would be able to learn and use some of those strategies for your own purposes. Also, I'm going to do a segment on how the 1 million by 1 million premium program allows our premium members to use the Twitter channel that we have put together. So not only am I going to show you how we do Twitter, I'm also going to show you how you can do Twitter using our channel and the extensive investment that we are putting into Twitter. Okay, let's get going. Just for your information, the roundtable is being recorded and will be made available on the blog, so you can go back and refer to whatever you missed during the discussion, or you want to check back on something that was discussed. You will have the entire material available. You can join us on Twitter at @1M by 1M. If you are live tweeting this session, please make sure you attach the tag hashtag 1M1M or the @1M by 1M handle to mark that you are working on or participating in the 1M1M roundtable, because we have a retweet, live retweeting going on from the organization as well, and we will make sure we retweet your tweets. So a lot of discussion on Twitter, but Twitter is becoming an important channel for entrepreneurs to go to market, and we need you to understand that. Okay, Sharon, if you could unmute your line and come tell us what you're working on with Charismac. Let's dive in.
Great, thank you so much for the introduction. We founded a company back in 2009, and it's called Stone Creek Entertainment. We create games for girls and women under our Charismac brand name, and those games are actually created for women and by women. The games are social and casual games, which are distributed either online, i.e. through Facebook, or through mobile devices such as the iPhone and the iPads. There's a huge gap in the marketplace. Women are 60% of the social and casual games market, yet there's not very much content that's actually geared to them. Next slide, please. So in creating games that appeal to women, we identified ways, places where the games community is not satisfying women's needs. and that is to tap into their lifestyles and aspirations. Even though, as I said, women dominate casual and social game usage, less than 5% of the content is geared towards their sensibilities. In addition, as part of our model, the company partners with major Fortune 500, Fortune 100 brands who use Stone Creek Entertainment games as marketing platforms to engage and reach their customers. Next slide, please.
And you have a set of games that you've already launched and are in the market, right?
That's correct. We have 2 in the market and one which just completed a sponsorship with MTV.
So Luminous is in the market?
Luminous is in the market. It launched June 30th of this year. Her Pet Peeves has been in the market. It was originally part of a brand partnership with 17 magazine, and now it's sort of sitting there by itself. Luminous is doing quite well. We'll get to that on future slides.
Okay.
So in taking a unique approach to in order to appeal to women, games typically really focus on points, the amount of points you get, levels, challenges, virtual goods, and gifting. Stone Creek games include all of that, but also integrate the emotional connection that people have with their game experiences, such as achievement, self-expression, camaraderie, and aspirations. We spent about 10 years researching what it would mean to create games for women and looked at women biologically, psychologically, culturally, and mythologically. The company has a professor of psychology who consults with us, and we've done focus groups for over 8 years. We also have a women's advisory board made up of 8 industry leaders, people from HBO, DirecTV, a person who owns her marketing agency, because we really wanted to make sure that we captured the voice correctly in a digital experience. Next slide, please. The market is huge, as I'm sure many people on this call understand. Just a couple of years ago, it was doing $1.1 billion, and now it's forecasted to do $3.4 billion this year and $4.8 billion next year. Next slide, please. And so in the general category of social gaming, social casual gaming, females are now 60% of the market. That's a sea change in our industry. So for an industry that's been around for 30 years, males typically dominated usage of games. But now, because of casual and mobile and social games, that number has increased to 60%. Facebook says that 69% of their gamers are female.
Okay.
Next slide, please. So we monetize in 3 different ways. We bring in sponsors who give us sponsorship fees that help to underwrite the cost of development of our products. And through those sponsorships, they also become co-marketers of our games. We put advertising in through ad networks and make money off of usage. And then consumers also purchase from us, whether it's a standalone game or virtual goods. We are in discussion with leading brands, more than 15 leading brands, to sponsor games with us in 2011 and 2012. We're forecasting $4.7 million in total revenue, and of that, about $1.7 is sponsorship revenue. Our goal is to close 2 in this year and then 4 in 2012. The concept development and business development are our core competencies. We use outside developers to actually program our games, but the concept, the general look and feel, and that kind of thing is done inside. We are looking to grow development capabilities inside the company as the company continues to grow. We have a portfolio of 24 game concepts that are ready for development. That's the portfolio we use when we talk to potential sponsors. And for customer acquisition, it's really driven by consumer discovery and word of mouth. And we have an efficiency because many of our game concepts can use the same engine, therefore creating both a cost and time efficiency as we go to production in future games.
So Sharon, let's kind of go through one example. You said Luminous is doing well. So if you look at Illuminous, the sponsorship covers all the development costs, who owns the IP, exactly how does the money break down, and how much revenue are you generating off something like that right now?
Okay, so the sponsorship is usually paid up front, and it gives the sponsor no ownership in our IP. We maintain our rights in the IP in all cases. When we partner with them, it usually is for anywhere from 2 months to a year, and we may rev share with them. It gives them an opportunity to self-liquidate their sponsorship fee. That's new in our industry. It was done back in the early days of television. P&G did it. They were looking to advertise in media that would reach moms and couldn't find any media, so they funded programming in the afternoons, and that became what is now known today as soap operas. So as a funder or sponsor of that programming, they also then became co-producers of it, but they did not own the properties. It was the ownership rights were retained by the networks.
Yeah.
So we're employing a similar type of model in how we talk to companies about sponsoring and partnering with us on those games.
So the
Can you repeat the other question?
So the games stick around after the sponsorship is over, and you look for other sponsors, or do you just, once you use one sponsor to launch a game, and the game finds its stride, you kind of keep going on other revenue models?
Well, we're free to make that decision when we get to that point. So, for example, if a sponsor comes in and their 1 year is up, and for whatever reason they decide not to do it, it might not be because of performance, it just could be because strategies change. Then the sponsor is free to end that sponsorship. We are free to bring in additional sponsors, or depending on how the game is doing, if it's doing really well, we may choose to bring in non-exclusive sponsors, so multiple sponsors. We may choose not to bring any sponsors in because that requires us to rev share and just use advertising as a way to additionally monetize the experience.
Okay. And what is this, from a dollar value point of view, what is the size of a sponsorship?
It ranges between $50,000 and $1 million. So we're talking to companies about $50,000 sponsorships, and we're talking to companies for big social game sponsorships at $1 million. I should also note it's not articulated in here because it tends to become confusing, but since we're spending time on it, we have a television company, well known, they're an IAC company, who has optioned television series rights for 3 of our game IPs.
Okay.
What that means is that we would put out a game on Facebook, and it would also have a television series companion that would give it additional promotion, and the two could work off each other.
Okay. And your 2012 revenue forecast is 4.7 million. What is the 2011 situation?
Well, we consider ourselves sort of babes in the woods. We've only just launched Illuminous in June. The MTV sponsorship was done not to generate revenue for the app itself, but more as a test to see how it performed. It did very well, and so we're now talking to MTV about additional sponsorships where we'll bring this model to bear.
But so my question is, all these models that you're talking about, the business models, the pricing models, is any of this validated? Or is it all in
The only one that's validated is the MTV sponsorship. We had them sponsor a game called the Flirt Game on Facebook. That was a 1-year sponsorship. It was a test for both of us. We wanted to see if there would be interest and attention and how they felt about being inside of branded entertainment. As an entertainment company, they are a brand inside entertainment, and they wanted to see how it would feel, what their point of view was about being in an external media.
And how
and
much
it went quite well because
how much did MTV sponsor?
I can't divulge their sponsorship fee.
So I need some. You don't have to divulge anything, but if for me to give you feedback on your follow-on questions, I need information.
Right. So the sponsorship fees that we talk to companies about range from $50,000 to $1 million. And
that's in concept. That's in concept. I'm asking what is the reality today? What is validated?
So total sponsorship revenue to date is $225,000.
Okay. All right, let's keep going.
Achievements today, Charismatic Luminous launched in the App Store June 2011. We are charted into the top 114 countries, the top 284 countries, featured
And this
in
is an
100
iPhone?
countries. This is on iPhone.
This is on iPhone, okay.
We're in the What's Hot list, which is by achievement, not by design. So Apple just selects you to be in the What's Hot list. We completed that MTV sponsorship in June. We have television option rights for 3 games. And as I mentioned before, we're in discussions with more than 15 Fortune 100 and 500 advertisers. So advertisers are in their planning cycles for 2012 at the moment, and that's what we're talking to them about right now.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
So let's talk about your questions.
Okay. So one of the questions is, I guess, the most challenging question for us, and that is, what type of investor profile do you believe would be interested in investing in our business? You know, there's been a discussion. We've talked to women investors. We've talked to people who invest in games, but because we're quite unique in that we're appealing to, A, women through their emotions, and because we're also not a typical game company, we tend to be a square peg in a round hole.
Well, you know, that's not an issue, I don't think, because, I mean, I know the people very well, the people who were founders and investors of Play First, for instance, which is one of the path-breaking casual gaming companies. I assume you're aware of them, right?
Not necessarily.
Diner Dash, do you know Diner Dash?
Yeah, Diner Dash.
So Diner Dash is a Play First title, and they have since launched several titles, but Diner Dash was their first hit. So there are people at least in my circle who understand casual gaming very well, and the fact that casual gaming is a market where women are dominating, all this is very well understood. At least in Silicon Valley, there are many, many investors who understand this very well. And I believe there are some investors in New York who understand it well as well. So, I mean, this is a deal that when we have to do some modeling of your total available market size, because that's one of the core factors against which VCs, make their investment decisions. But this is a deal that we can certainly help you get financed.
Okay. And then this question is not on here, but do you feel there's anything that should be included in the presentation?
Depends on who your audience is. If you're talking to investors, you definitely need a market size analysis.
Okay.
You need market size analysis. There's a whole bunch of things that you need in any kind of investor presentation, and market size is one of the key pieces of that.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
You. No, that was terrific. Thank you.
All right. Very good. Okay, folks, I would like to spend the next segment talking about the 1 million by 1 million Twitter strategy, how we use 1 million, how we use Twitter. And for those of you who are interested in seeing this in action and you don't follow us on Twitter, please follow @Sramana and @1M by 1M, and then you'll see, with the logic that I'm going to give you now, you will see what that looks like in action, because it is a very substantial Twitter channel. So our philosophy, when we started doing this, and it still is, the philosophy is still the same, was to develop Twitter to become a high activity, high quality, and high authority entrepreneurship media channel. For what we do, all 3 of those points are important: the activity level, the quality of the tweets, as well as the authority in the entrepreneurship domain. Our objectives are to build the 1 million by 1 million brand, develop leads for 1 million by 1 million, use our blog content to draw people into the 1 million by 1 million brand through Twitter. Now, I assume all of you are aware of the fact that we have a very, very active and very well regarded blog. And the blog has been around for actually much longer than 1 million by 1 million has been around, which is less than a year. Well, a little bit over a year in the free format, and less than a year in a business format where there's a financial model involved. But the blog has been around for 6 years. So it's got a real following in the industry, and it's got great authority. We have fabulous content developed over 6 years, and a lot of it is evergreen content because we do case study development through the blog. So we want to draw people into the 1 million by 1 million brand using that blog. And then we want to use Twitter to draw traffic to the blog content, and we want to use Twitter to engage influencers. This is very important because a lot of influencers, whether it's media people, whether it's analysts, whether it's journalists, these people are, or investors, major people who drive a lot of the industry's direction are on Twitter. In the technology or online entrepreneurship world, a lot of people whom we need to connect with around the world are actually on Twitter. Now, our framework is that we, from a frequency point of view, remember we said we want a high frequency, high volume channel. So at this point, we are doing about 200 tweets a day, which, for those of you who are not familiar with Twitter, let me tell you, it's a daunting task to do microblogging at that scale. It's extremely difficult to do. Very few people are doing anything of the sort. So obviously, you're going to have to use technology. And we use bulk scheduling technology. We use Hootsuite. And we use our blog content and the 1 million by 1 million messages very systematically to develop this microblogging content. And we try to engage influencers who are relevant to particular messages. So one of the tools that we use in the back end is a set of Google Docs files where we develop the microblogging messages. So we have Google Doc sheets of 50 messages per sheet, and we develop messages on those sheets that we then upload through Hootsuite and schedule throughout the day. So every day we need to, as a result, since I said that we are doing 200 tweets a day, we need to create 200 messages, 4 sheets, and then upload those 4 sheets to the to Twitter through Hootsuite. And we have a team of people working on this. So this is not something that one person can really pull off. We have a large team of people who are working on this, who are working on looking at the blog and generating messages through the blog, as well as, based on our core themes in 1 million by 1 million, and we share the workload. As I said, Hootsuite is one of the critical tools that we use. Hootsuite allows you to batch upload 50 messages at a time. So you can create a file with 50 messages, and you can upload that through Hootsuite, and that has timestamps on it, and it will basically schedule messages throughout the day. And we monitor this whole thing on TweetDeck. So we have the 2 accounts, the @Sramana account and the @1M by 1M account, monitored on TweetDeck, and we make sure that we monitor who's retweeting us, and we also have other analytics tools in the back end where we are capturing who's engaging with us, who's engaging with our brand, who's positively, who feel positively about us and about the 1 million by 1 million initiative, and we make sure we build relationships with them. This is an important part of influencer marketing. And the beauty is, this is a channel through which you are reaching both influencers as well as consumers and your target audience, potential customers. So it's been an extremely effective way of dealing with Twitter or leveraging Twitter. Now, I do want to caveat all this by saying the back office of this operation is extremely complex. It's hugely time consuming. We have to craft elegant messages. We have to research relevant influencers. We have to append influencer Twitter handles to our messages, Twitter messages. We have to create these bulk upload sheets, and you have to be very accurate in that process. All the analytics and tracking are somewhat complex, and more than complex is everything is time consuming. And you have to maintain the follower list for each account. You have to maintain a clean follower list. People who are following you, you want to follow at least a good set of them back, especially the major influencers and so forth. And we have, a combination of senior people as well as interns, as well as in some cases some low-cost BPO workers doing the work, depending on what piece of the work is concerned and how much of mechanical, repetitive tasks are involved versus how much of thinking is involved. We have split this project into multiple bite-sized pieces so a large number of people can contribute to the process. So my guidance to you is you need to think this through on how you're going to do it. If you decide to do a significant Twitter channel, you need to plan it and you need to do it right. Now, if you do it right, it is a very, very powerful channel. And the other thing that we do is we pass everything, all the Twitter messages that we are generating actually passes through our Facebook account and LinkedIn account as well. So by doing this process for Twitter and tying our Twitter handles into Facebook and LinkedIn, we are able to basically leverage this whole social media, the three most powerful components of social media. And one conclusion I've come to is that the blog helps a lot because we are generating, every week we generate 20, 30 new messages on the blog. So there's always fresh content coming from the blog, and it keeps our Twitter content and the Facebook content and the LinkedIn content continuously refreshed as well. Okay, I am going to open up my group chat. If you have questions, please ask me in the group chat. Anybody has any questions about what I've said so far? Which analytics tool you use behind TweetDeck? I think we are using a tool called Archivist as one of the primary tools. We also use Tweepy to check, who's following, who's not following, to clean up the follower account. We use Friends or Follow for similar kinds of things. So there's probably 3 or 4 different analytics tools that we are using. What is the business model for the Twitter work? So tell me more about what is your question, Scott? Are you asking for what is our business model? What is Twitter's business model? I'm not sure what is the question. And Ken, your question is, are you looking for more volunteers? We are absolutely looking for more volunteers. If you want to volunteer for the Twitter project, please talk to Irina. She's in the room, and you're very welcome to engage with her. Scott, what is the revenue for us with it is your question. Okay, well, that gives me a good segue. If you hold your question, I'm going to talk to you about how a 1 million by 1 million program works. And then it will answer your question on how, we make money. So to summarize, we have a paid program. 1 million by 1 million premium is a paid program. We charge a $1,000 annual membership fee for you to be part of the program. I will tell you about the premium program in just a minute. And the Twitter piece is part of that program. So it's the premium program that pays for our Twitter activities as well. But Scott, if you hang on for a second, you're going to get a much more elaborate, detailed 10-minute lecture on how we operate. Shiva, for a very young company, would you suggest a lot of tweets during the day, or should it be more like a few day or measured set of messages during the week? That depends entirely on your bandwidth, your budget, and whom you're trying to reach and when those people are around. So it's a question that it's hard for me to answer in vacuum. Udi is asking, hi, I would appreciate if you explain how you measure the effectiveness of your tweets. So we collect leads, we along with the blog, we measure a bunch of different things. We measure the traffic Twitter is driving to our blog. We measure the number of leads we have generated because of all this activity. And in a lot of cases where we have core 1 million by 1 million messages, we have HTML forms attached to those particular messages on the blog or on the 1 million by 1 million sites, where when people click through and come to those messages, they can actually sign up to receive more information and so forth. So that's our lead generation mechanism, and we have a complete lead nurturing process supporting that through an email campaign where people receive messages on an ongoing basis from us as soon as they become a lead. Okay. Kumar is asking, for a company with a product still in development phase, how can we start a blog, and more importantly, how can we spread the word without giving information explicitly about the features of the product? Kumar, the way to do this is position yourself as a thought leader in the industry segment that you're playing in. You may not talk directly about your product, but you want to talk about your industry and become a real respected thought leader in your industry. Like if you read this 1 million by 1 million blog, the blog is considered one of the definitive voices in the world of technology and world of entrepreneurship. So that's a position we have created, and I would recommend that you try to create that position for yourself in your particular industry segment, industry niche, whatever. Rakesh is asking, thanks for the answer on analytics tools. Next, do you use any online CRM to manage and track leads? Yes, we do. We use Aweber as our email marketing system, and that's where we track the leads and nurture the leads from. Bala is asking, this is Bala from Ann Arbor. Want to democratize business analytics. Very good. Come and pitch next time. Oh, happy to listen to you and work with you. Anybody else? Scott in Falls Church, Virginia. We're launching a social media site for our students and their mentors. We pair biotech and medical device company staff with PhD candidates in sciences. Okay. Udi, I find Twitter to be high volume message transmission and wonder if anyone listens. Udi, I can tell you this, we are generating a tremendous amount of leads through Twitter. So I don't think I agree with you. Vivek, questions must be related to this session or any question. Ask the questions that relate to this session, this segment. For the moment, you can ask general questions at the end of the session. I'm going to do 2 more segments, and let's go through them, and then you can hold. I'll do general Q&A after. Okay, why don't we move on to the next segment? And I'm going to talk to you about, since the question has already come up, let me talk to you about 1 million by 1 million and how it works. So 1 million by 1 million, as you know, is a very large-scale education and incubation platform. We have an online curriculum, and we have a whole bunch of other pieces in the program. So let me show you what those are and how you should be using them. So in terms of resources, the base level resource we have is the blog. The blog is completely free, and it has a huge number of case studies and articles and trend spotting and trend analysis and interviews of thought leaders and so on and so forth. So if you are trying to stay on top of the industry, this is a very good place to do that, and it's got very good analysis. The next thing we have is the Entrepreneur Journeys book series. And there are 4 books, and these are somewhat synthesized case studies. You have Entrepreneur Journeys Volume 1, which is a series of a dozen case studies. And it basically takes the point of view of crafting a business block by block. We don't believe we can teach you how to be lucky, but we can teach you how to put one foot before the other. And what we've done in 1 Million by 1 Million and in the Entrepreneur Journey series is bring on successful entrepreneurs and have them teach you their secrets, what they have done, how they have done it, and what they've learned from the process. So you've got 4 volumes of entrepreneur journeys that have been published that would amount to about 50 or so case studies. And they are synthesized. Bootstrapping Weapon of Mass Reconstruction is Entrepreneur Journeys Volume 2, and Entrepreneur Journeys Volume 3 is Positioning, How to Test, Validate, and Bring Your Idea to Market. Innovation Need of the Hour is the 4th volume of Entrepreneur Journeys, and across the four volumes, we maintain the philosophy of lean, capital efficient entrepreneurship. So this is probably the first place where I started synthesizing the large volume of case studies that we were producing. And then this was followed by the 1 Million by 1 Million program, where we have hundreds of case studies. We have over 500 case studies at this point that we have developed through this program. And in the 1 Million by 1 Million premium curriculum, you will see all of that synthesized with video lectures and everything. Now, one other free resource is this platform. The Thursday morning free roundtables happen every week. We've done over 90 roundtables at this point, actually over 95 roundtables, I think. We are going to do our 100th roundtable on October 6th. Over 5,000 people have attended. I've coached over 400 entrepreneurs. This program has been around for a while. It's very well regarded, and people from all over the world attend the program. So even today in the room, if you look around, we have people from all over the place. We have people from different parts of the United States, from Atlanta, from Connecticut, from all corners, Florida, New Jersey, from all corners of the country. You have people from different parts of the world. I saw that Andre is joining from Portugal. We have a big contingent always from India. India is a very large, very high activity entrepreneurship geography right now. We have people joining from Latin America. We have people joining from Asia. So it is an international forum, and people get to work with others internationally. So in the program in the premium program, we have people actually doing business with one another as well. Now, the premium program, and this, Scott, is to answer your question about how 1 Million by 1 Million makes money. What is our business model? We charge a $1,000 annual membership fee for our premium program. And that program consists of extensive methodology guidance, a very, very comprehensive curriculum. This, by the way, is the best curriculum anywhere in the world on very early stage entrepreneurship. And we have the most sophisticated and comprehensive set of case studies. No university has anything of the sort, because we have really focused on the very early stage of entrepreneurship development. We do a lot of business development work. We connect the dots for our entrepreneurs, whether it's introductions to customers, introductions to channel partners, introductions to investors, media relations, as I said, Twitter, social media program. I will talk to you in more detail about how we are using our social media channel for our premium members as well. And we help with financing. So 1m1m.sramanamitra.com is the website. I strongly recommend you play around there. And one of the places I would point you to is the premium program link at the top right corner. It has a comprehensive description of what you can expect from the premium program, and also study the FAQ if you're considering joining the program. We have private roundtables. The private version of these free roundtables is something where the recordings are not made available publicly, and the session is also a closed session, members only session. So if you're concerned about people finding out about your ideas and you want to keep them private, you're welcome to use the private roundtables as part of the premium program. Our methodology, as I said, is lean, capital efficient, bootstrap startups. So if your idea is to raise a lot of venture capital straight out of the gate, you will not find support for that idea. We will, and that, by the way, that path is fraught with failure. 99% of the deals that come to VCs or investors for investment looking for funding get rejected. So we make a concerted effort to make sure that you do not join that rejection pile. We want you to be prepared and really learn, understand how investors make decisions and how to create your own path so that you significantly enhance your chance of success in the investment game. And some deals are not financeable. Some kinds of businesses are not financeable, but they are very good niche businesses, and we encourage you to build them. But you have to build them in a bootstrap format, and we support you in doing that. We have no problems with companies that are cash businesses that are built with bootstrapping. Now, as far as the curriculum is concerned, it's broken into two parts. The core curriculum has 7 modules: bootstrapping, positioning, market sizing, customer validation, financing, customer acquisition, and team building. The elective modules align with the trends of our industry. So Web 3.0 and e-commerce, cloud computing and business solutions, outsourcing and consulting, mobile and social apps, healthcare IT, online education, gaming. These are our modules. These are the big trends of the industry. We also have a whole bunch of other ways you can engage with this curriculum. Every single piece of the curriculum has discussion areas where you can ask questions. And if you don't find a topic that has been discussed in the curriculum, you can open up a new topic in the discussion forum and you would get answers to that as well. So all this is part of the premium program, as I said. Another point I want to make here is that even though the video lectures that we provide in the curriculum, that is the synthesis of the different methodology elements that we have gathered, are provided by me, you can think of this program being taught by 500 entrepreneurs and thought leaders and VCs. The reason being, these case studies are essentially situations where I have sat down or I have talked to, for an hour or more for a whole, over 500 of these people, and they have imparted their lessons in that conversation. So all those case studies are available to you, and they're organized in a way that you can very quickly, if you invest 50 to 60 hours in digesting the 1 million by 1 million curriculum, you would come out on the other end with a very sophisticated understanding of early stage technology or online entrepreneurship or outsourcing, anything that has to do with technology enabled services, online businesses. You will come out of this curriculum and this program if you put in the work, with a far more sophisticated understanding. Now, all this is caveated by the fact that you will need to put in the work. We can provide you with the resources. You have to do the work. It's like a gym membership. Buying the membership doesn't give you anything unless you put in the work and leverage the resources that we are providing for you. This is an example of a business development deal that we've done with a company called Persistent Systems.
You're the first person in this conference. Please stay on the line.
Uh-oh, what's going on? So this is a deal that we've done with Persistent Systems and a bunch of 1 million by 1 million companies, where the 1 million by 1 million companies are selling their products through Persistent sales channel. Persistent is a $100 million company. This is an example of the kind of deals that we like to do. We like to connect as many dots as possible. We do believe that going to market through other people's channels, if you can get to those channels, is very effective and cost effective. So we encourage you to do that. This is an article that I wrote on Read Write Web, positioning one of the 1 million by 1 million companies as one that plugs a gap in Google's enterprise solution. It was published in Read Write Web. The company is Orenscape, and the gap is in Google's App Engine strategy. So these kinds of positioning in very high-profile publications gives you the attention of the community, the segment that you're trying to get into. So we have a very significant voice and reach into the media and the analyst world. So we make all of that available to you as 1 million by 1 million premium members. This is a message that somebody wrote to me on Facebook. It's a 1 million by 1 million user in the free program who wrote to me after one of these sessions. He came and pitched at the session, and then he wrote to me on Facebook and he said, you know, I raised a lot of money 2 years ago from angel investors, and unfortunately 1 million by 1 million was not around, and I did not have a chance to learn the methodology, and I've burned through all that money. This is a very common occurrence. If you have raised angel money, and if you burn through that money, or even VC money, if you burn through the money, raising a next round is going to be impossible. You're going to go out of business. So we strongly encourage you to follow the methodology and do the right things in the right sequence, and not waste money doing things that don't really add to your credibility, to your, to increasing your valuation, to increasing your fundability for the next round. We work with a lot of incubators. As I was talking to Sharon earlier, that we are working with a group in Connecticut that is setting up a new incubator and creating the Startup Connecticut effort. We work with an incubator in Malaysia called Mad Incubator, and a whole bunch of others in different parts of the world. So if you are an incubator and if you want to bring an incubator in your community, or if you want to plug your community into 1 million by 1 million and bring the 1 million by 1 million resources and services to your community from an entrepreneurship development perspective, you're very welcome to to approach us, and we will help you figure out how to engage with us. There are a couple of places you can look on the 1M1M website. There is a button on the right panel called Incubators. You can look there. We talk about incubator partnerships there. And we also have an affiliate program, which I'll talk about a little bit later, where we basically offer 10% affiliate fee to anybody who wants to bring the 1 million program to your community and want to basically become our affiliate partner. So now, I'm going to open up the next segment. I'm going to discuss in the next segment how 1 million by 1 million premium members can use our Twitter channel as a follow-up to the previous two segments. But before I do that, I'd like to open up my group chat and see if any of you are interested in asking any questions at this point based on what I've said so far. So any questions? Anybody? How many premium members do you have, and what do you think the potential market size is for 1M by 1M? Scott, we do not disclose the number of premium members we have. Potential market size, you multiply $1,000 with 1 million, that is about $1 billion. So we believe that we do have a $1 billion market opportunity. But more importantly, it is not just a financial opportunity, it's an opportunity to really change the world in a very meaningful, very constructive way. And if you are interested in the genesis of 1 million by 1 million, I've actually written quite a bit about my vision for capitalism 2.0. I believe capitalism 1.0 has been hijacked by the speculators, and we've created a very dysfunctional system with fortune concentrated at the tip of the pyramid. And capitalism 2.0 needs to get us to a point where wealth is more distributed. And I believe that can be done through entrepreneurship development by teaching a much larger number of people around the world the basics of what we have learned in Silicon Valley and in the places where entrepreneurship has really taken off. And that's what we're doing with 1 million by 1 million. We are basically reinventing or redesigning capitalism. So the ambitions of the program are much larger, not just building a billion-dollar company, but also to reinvent capitalism and changing the economic model of the world. Rakesh is asking, are 1M books available in iTunes library? No, they're not. They're available in Kindle. If you're looking for ebooks, they're available in Kindle. Anybody else? By the way, actually, I take it back. It may be available in the iTunes library. You know, there's a service called Smashwords that may be putting it in. That's a distributor, ebook distributor that actually places our books in Apple. So you may want to check. You can definitely go to Smashwords and get books in Apple-friendly format also. Shiva is asking, how do you manage to give one-on-one attention to premium members? Do we just get access to info? No, you get access to info, but also we do roundtables like this in the premium program as well, and they're private roundtables. So this is the format of the one-on-one. I mean, I just worked one-on-one with Sharon. You saw that. That's exactly how we work in the premium program as well, in closed roundtables. No, I don't want to work one-on-one with people individually, but I work with one-on-one with the private roundtables, and we have a lot of email conversations with the 1 million by 1 million premium members. A lot of the connecting the dots or advising happens by email, and we have, remember, we have done close to 100 of these roundtables. We have a very, very good understanding, deep understanding of what kinds of issues and what kinds of questions are coming up in the minds of entrepreneurs, in the lives of entrepreneurs. So the curriculum that we have created addresses a lot of those issues. So very often you're going to come and ask me, a question, and I will tell you, go study such and such module in the premium curriculum, and then come and discuss that with me based on that knowledge. What that does is it makes my ability to advise you more scalable, because you will then get a 20-minute lecture on that topic, including supporting case studies, and you immediately get your questions answered. Udi says you're doing a great job. Thank you, Udi. I appreciate that. Sanjay is saying, I'm trying one C2C real estate portal in Mumbai in India. Any suggestion? I'll be happy to give you suggestions. If you come and pitch, I can't give you suggestions in vacuum like this. You're going to have to share more details with me. You're very welcome to pitch at one of these roundtables. I'll be happy to work with you. Anybody else? Okay, let me move to hold your questions. Let me move to the next segment. I want to take another 10 minutes and help you understand how the 1 million by 1 million premium members can use our Twitter channel. We're just starting this process up. We have the premium members creating tweets as we speak. So this is very fresh, hot off the presses kind of material. So I'm going to share the process with you. So again, the philosophy here is that 1 million by 1 million is creating a high bandwidth, high quality, high authority Twitter channel that people pay attention to. We want to make that channel available to amplify the brands and products of our premium members. This is the philosophy of what I'm going to talk about next. And the objective is to help you build your brand. We will help develop leads for your product. Use your blog content to draw people into your brand through Twitter. So not only do we have the ability to send traffic onto our blog, we also have the ability to send traffic onto your blog because of our credibility in the Twitter market, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn market. And we want to use Twitter to draw traffic to your blog content and engage influencers on your behalf. So you can draw the attention of your influencers, the influencers for your particular segment, and we can show you how to engage them through our channel. So again, to recap the framework, we are sending out 200 tweets a day. It's all bulk scheduled, largely based on our blog content and 1M messages. And we try to engage influencers relevant to a particular message. And we are basically allowing you to ride on top of this framework. You can then craft messages that we can send out through our Twitter channels based on your blog content, based on PR that you generate elsewhere on the web, and you can try to engage influencers relevant to a particular message. We are going to give you access to a Google Doc file with a tab with your own name. This is only, by the way, available to premium members. And you would then insert tweets in the form that you have on your screen, RT at 1M by 1M premium company, actually not just company, premium company, your company's name and your Twitter handle. You put in the message that you want to send out and the link that you want to send people to using that message. This is the format. This is the basic skeleton format in which we want you to create your messages. And if you want to engage influencers for your category, you want to append the Twitter handle of the influencer before the link. This is the basic format in which we want you to create messages and upload messages onto our Google Doc file, and we will pick up messages from there and stuff them into our Twitter channel. So if you want to participate, one, you need to be a member of 1 million by 1 million premium. And once you become a member, you can request access to 1M premium tweets Google Doc file. And Maureen Kelly, who's in the room, will give you access. So that's pretty much the way we want you to use. We can, we can make our Twitter channel available to you. Again, if you have questions, you're welcome to open up the group chat and ask questions. Meanwhile, let me also show you our upcoming roundtables. In September, we have 5 roundtables, and these are all Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time roundtables. You're welcome to take advantage. All those of you who were asking me questions in the group chat about your specific businesses with a one-line description, you're welcome to come and pitch at one of these roundtables, and I will be very happy to work with you. And then we also have our 100th roundtable coming up on October 6th, which I'm delighted to invite all of you to come to. This is a roundtable where we're not going to have open pitches. This is going to be an invitation-only pitch. We're going to actually have our premium members pitch and share what they're doing with 1 million by 1 million, what they're doing with their own companies, as well as what they're doing at 1 million by 1 million, how they're leveraging the program. So this is going to be a celebration of our work for the last few years, and we definitely request your support to get the word around for the October 6th roundtable. I haven't seen a lot of questions pop up in the group chat yet, so I'll continue with pointing you to more resources. Those of you who are in India or who are interested in India, there's another book that I want to draw your attention to. That's Vision India 2020. This is a book of $45 billion ideas. And we have a module in 1 million by 1 million premium focused specifically on the Vision India 2020 projects. So if you decide that you're looking for an idea, a compelling, large-scale idea, and you want to execute on it, and you want 1 million by 1 million to help you do that, you can join the program, you can study Vision India 2020, and figure out which idea you want to execute on. The book is written as business fiction set in 2020. We are sitting in 2020 looking back on how we've built these 45 companies. So it's a futuristic retrospective. It's the first business fiction ever written, by the way. You know, business fiction is the equivalent of science fiction, but in the world of business. I don't think anybody has ever written a business fiction before. So it's a very fun, cool book, very easy to read, full of stories and full of characters and settings and colorful, interesting, concepts. So have fun with it. Again, this book, if you're in India, you can get it through Flipkart, and all over the world, you can get it through Amazon and Kindle. By the way, Vision India 2020, even though it focuses on India, this is a book of development economics. So anywhere in the world, if you are thinking about development economics, this is a book worth reading. Whether you're working on Africa, or you're working on Southeast Asia, or working on Latin America, this book is worth reading. And I told you about the 1 million by 1 million affiliate program. This is a program to help entrepreneurship, tech, and business bloggers, as well as other evangelists in the entrepreneurship ecosystem, monetize their online properties and online activities. We offer affiliate partners 10% of the $1,000 annual 1 million by 1 million premium membership fee with an extended cookie duration of 12 months. So anytime in the 12 months from when you send us a new potential customer, we would compensate you with the 10% affiliate commission if they convert into a premium member. Okay. So John says both Vision India and Entrepreneur Journeys Volume 1 are available from iTunes, on iTunes from Smashwords. Yes, okay, perfect. Yeah, but an autobiography cannot really be a business fiction. Autobiography, by definition, is not fiction. It is an autobiography. Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions? Excellent, Shiva. We will welcome you to the program. We'll be delighted to have you. Thank you, Rakesh. Appreciate your comments. It is a lot of work, and there are several members of the team in the room today whom you've met. Maureen, Ken, Irina. I'm not sure who else. Eunice may be in the room. Yeah, Eunice is in the room. And some premium members are in the room as well. John is in the room. Ruchika is in the room, who is a 1 million by 1 million ambassador on the team. John, Ramki, they are premium members. So if you have questions about the premium program, I'm sure John, Ramki, these guys can help you, understand the customer perspective a bit. Shiva is asking, do you also have meets where your premium members get together? Well, the premium member roundtables. We have members only roundtables, and those are great networking sessions. And we have a company called Azuo in the premium program. They're a company out of Bangalore that does outsourced product development, and they are getting left, right, and center queries from premium members to do their, to do development work on behalf of the premium members. So whether it's prototype development work or actual, site or app development work, there's a lot of commerce going on within the ecosystem, within the premium member ecosystem. So our primary meetups are these kinds of, virtual roundtables, but the private roundtables, members only roundtables. Annual conference. Well, Shiva, we are not at a point where we have the resources to do that, but it is something that I would like to do at some point when we get bigger and have more resources, is to do an annual in-person conference. Absolutely. So it's in the product roadmap, but not quite there yet. As you must appreciate, we're also a small startup like you guys with very limited resources. I am financing this entire business myself. I've actually turned down venture capital offers, and just because we kind of practice what we preach. We believe heavily in bootstrapping and getting as far as you can without diluting your equity and losing control. So that's pretty much what the philosophy that we are practicing in the program as well. Kumar says, appreciate your efforts. We will work towards getting into this program. Your blogs are really encouraging and thought-provoking. Thank you very much. We appreciate that comment as well. See, all the work that we do feels good if you find them useful. This is a lot of work, it's a tremendous amount of work. No, I would say, Shiva, before you talk to Irina, I would like you to take a look at the what to expect from the premium program page on the 1 million by 1 million website. I'm going to bring it up for you just a second. And also the FAQ, and then you can talk to Irina. So yes, you can talk to Irina, but I would like you to just, the page that you have on your screen right now, the premium program button at the very top right corner and the FAQ button, these two would like you to take a look at before you talk to Irina. And by the way, this 1 million by 1 million self-assessment is also a very powerful, very nifty, quick way to assess where you are in your business. And if you're a premium member, also, if you're starting out as a premium member, take the 1 million by 1 million self-assessment. And for every question, we have provided curriculum modules to help you understand exactly the nuances of the question, and so that you can fill in the gaps in your understanding and then answer the question accordingly. So this self-assessment is a very well received. It's probably one of the highest traffic pages on the 1 million by 1 million website. People are using it very extensively. Okay, anybody else? Any other questions? All right, looks like we're done. We will see you next week. For those who are premium members, we'll see you on Wednesday at the private roundtable. And for those who are planning to continue to attend the public roundtables, our next public roundtable is next Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Take care, everybody. See you soon.